Katie Tunstall, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. I'm so spoiled. I love my job so much. What an opportunity. Welcome back to Portland.
Thank you. It's lovely to be back.
Welcome back actually to this room.
I know. It's lovely to be back in this room.
Yeah, right. Even though we should have had things outside today. It's a beautiful day outside Portland.
So nice. It's like I'm phoning friends just going, it's really nice here. How is it there?
I want to talk about this latest record. It's the fourth studio record, fifth record from you.
Yeah.
And you could have probably gone anywhere in the world, I would imagine, to record this record. And you settled on going to the desert in Arizona.
I did. Unexpectedly.
And how did that...
Very unplanned.
Why there? What happened?
I was part of a tour in February of last year by that was put together by a British musician called Robin Hitchcock. And he, a few little nods there. He's great. And he always curates weird little things in the UK. And he put together this tour and he called it the Floating Palace. And he got 6 artists and we all acted as each other's band for 2 songs each.
Right.
And it was really cool. And it was myself and Robin, a couple of great folk musicians, Martin Carthy and his daughter Eliza Carthy from the UK, an American singer called Crystal Warren, and a guy called Hau Gelb, who is the front man of a desert, very slow tempo punk band called Giant Sand.
Yeah.
And they're very underground. They're but fantastic collective of musicians, very creative, very experimental. And Hau and I just got on like house on fire, and he is from Tucson, Arizona.
Okay, I get it now.
And so he said, "Hey, Katie, want to come and record some?" I said, "Okay."
Does he know that you make fun of him when you do his voice?
I hope he makes fun of me as well. Right? It was such an unlikely pairing. I mean, he's a completely eccentric, older kind of father of punk, really.
Yeah.
And punk spirit. And I'm the kind of eager pop puppy from Scotland.
Right.
But we just had such a similar sense of humor. And I think that he recognized that I wanted to do things differently, that I wanted to change. And so it wasn't even come and make an album. He just said, come out and record. I think you'll enjoy it. And he was very good at making me not label what we were doing. So it wasn't necessarily going to be a record.
So where you went was different. Also, the way that you recorded, you took a different approach as well.
Yeah.
Old school, reel to reel.
So good. I don't think I'll ever go back from
Really?
that. No, because I'd wanted to try recording to reel tape for a long time. It's quite a commitment because it's more and more expensive as time goes by.
Oh, really?
They're not making tape anymore.
Yeah.
So, and also to find a studio that keeps their tape machine in good condition and all of that stuff, which the Wave Lab in Tucson absolutely does. And but the thing I love about it is its performance. It's the same as you guys sitting here or people listening, watching a performance. It's so easy when you record on computer to fall in the habit of making the music with your eyes. You're looking at a screen, you see that this thing doesn't line up, the bass doesn't line up with the drum, and then you think it's wrong. And that's not human experience. That's
right.
Not how music actually sounds. Because the style of someone is absolutely in the differences of where those instruments come in and how things are played. So it's all about going back to getting the right take. You might make some mistakes, but you're listening to the vibe and the feel and the performance rather than looking at technical stuff.
Well, you obviously really liked that process then, because
great.
you said, and I quote, this was the easiest record that I've made so far.
Yeah, well, one of the songs I'll play for you guys today is called Made of Glass, and that was a proper one-take wonder. And this is why Hau was really funny, because his motto is, I'm not late, I just arrive ready, which I've definitely borrowed. And he said, but it really particularly is pertinent with music because there's no point in trying to force yourself to play or write if you're not ready to do it, because it doesn't work like that. You can't clock in and out really and expect to come out with good stuff. So he would sort of say, and in the UK, you're so kind of on the money with the time. And so you're like, How? We said we'd start at 11 and it's 1. And he was like, oh no, but we've not had our second coffee. It's like, oh, okay, let's get our second coffee. And it took me like it was like having jet lag just from the way how much slower Arizona is than the UK. And it took me a few days to get used to it, but then I realized what he was doing, and it was the fact that because we were recording in that way, he would get everyone in such a good space and get everyone relaxed. And Made of Glass, as I mentioned, we just sat down, we played it, we pressed record, and we went, well, that was good.
Nice.
And that's it. And you've recorded a song in 3.5 minutes
Yeah.
instead of taking a month of editing and all that stuff.
There was a lot of extra coffee before, and
There
then it
was
went
definitely
to.
lots of coffee. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of our room, the Bing Lounge. We appreciate
Pleasure.
it. She'll be
Pleasure.
at the Aladdin Theater tonight. Once again, KT Tunstall, ladies and gentlemen.